Gary has made a number of changes.
Yeah, he has, Seb. I'll run through the starting lineup for the Beavers.
Yeah.
So we've got Alan Julian in goal, number 1. Number 11, Cole Brown in at right back. Return from Walton Casuals for Cole. Number 18, Kyron Farrell in the left back position. Number 4, Dean Inman. Number 22, Miles Anderson. Into the midfield, in comes welcome return for Sam Cox at number 6, captain today. Number 10, Jake Gray. Number 3, Rory Donaldson. Number 8, Sam Deadfield. Number 15, David Fisher, making his first start for the Beavers.
Sorry, Matt.
Sorry, David Fisher, making his first start for the Beavers. Seb and I both got corrected by Mr. Fisher. Rightly so. It's David Fisher, 15. And up top, Nico Muir, number 12. On the bench for the Beavers today, Imran Uchi, number 20. Number 19, Christian Smith. Number 7, Wilson Carvalho. Number 9, Nathan Minyas. And number 14, Ryan Gondo.
Yeah, right, that's it. Yeah, we'll talk about in more detail about the changes in the Hampton and Richmond lineup in a minute. But I will quickly run through the Bath City lineup, and their captain in goal, Ryan Clark, is number 1. And then in centre defence, we've got Jack Batten and Grant Horton, who is making his debut. Grant Horton. He's on loan from Cheltenham. The left back for Bath City will be Dan Ball, number 6. The right back will be Callum Evans, number 8. And definitely, there's 4 players in midfield as far as we're aware. We're not 100% sure of their exact positions at the moment. They like to play Jerry Gill likes to play a very fluid midfield. But we've got number 4, Tom Smith. Number 7, Frankie Artis, one of the best players in the league, I think it's fair to say. Will Dean and Tom Mayhew are in midfield. And up front, Donovan Wilson and Tommy Conway. You would not mess with that referee. Let's just say that he's a big
good
fella. 6 foot. What?
He's a
6
big
foot
fella.
4. Something
yeah.
I would say he's taller. He's just yes, and he's yes. You do not mess with this referee. And to be fair, the games I remember, Dulwich at home and Dulwich away last year, I think he was refereeing. Very good. That's the kick-off. The game between Hampton and Richmond Borough and Bath City have kicked off here at the Chris Sweet Beveree Stadium. And thank you very much for joining us. We've got listeners. Anyway, a bit of a. What are we in now, Matt? How far are we in? About not even 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes.
Just both teams sort of trying to suss each other out, I think, so far. Nothing too demanding from either side, and it's going to be a good game. Bath City are a very good side. I mean, their position doesn't quite tell how good this team is, let's be honest. And I think it's good pressing from David Fisher. Well done.
Yeah, he's looked lively.
Well done, son. I can call him son because he's 18 and I'm 40, so, I'm allowed to say that, aren't I? It's always, and Cole Brown's done extremely well there to retrieve the ball. Cole Brown plays it back to Jake Gray, and we should do something decent with this. It's a decent bit of possession and territory, and that's a lovely ball towards Rory Donaldson, who lays it back towards Sam Deadfield, sorry. Jake Gray goes for a shot, deflected and cleared. Good passage of play there, great tackle for Miles Anderson. Well done, Miles. Very assured, hasn't he, since he's been on loan?
Yeah, the guy's got bags of experience.
David Fisher tries to loft the ball into Nico Muir, but doesn't quite work, but it's well won by Sam Cox. But also given away by Sam Cox there, and then a foul's given away by Sam Cox. But Bath City on the attack here, and Rory Donaldson mops it up nicely, and then so does Miles Anderson. Miles Anderson impressing very well. Look at David Fisher. Look at that great shackle from David Fisher on the left-hand side. Great pressing from David. And now there's a few players in the far post. That's not a bad ball either towards Jake Gray on the edge of the box, but it's great recovery from the number 21 for Bath City, Tom Mayhew. Great recovery from Tom Mayhew there, wasn't it, Matt?
It was. Yeah, he did well there. Great pressing by David Fisher on the left-hand side here. Fantastic tackle and good ball in as the Beavers look to build on another attack.
Tom Mayhew looked very good there, didn't he? I'm just trying to get some... But Hampton and Richmond have not scored against Bath City for 5 games now. It's a long time, and it's too long, that really.
I think we need to stop quoting that one.
Matt, I think I was at least at 3 or 4 of them, if not all of them. But anyway, that's why the takeaway beers helped, didn't they? The pre-ordered beers at Bath City. But so if you are watching this, please, it looks like Bath City are on the attack here, and that's great. I thought he might have been offside, Matt, but he's laid it off to number 9 in the box, who goes for goal. And is that a great challenge?
Well,
that is a great challenge because the referee's given a corner. Because
I mean, the other option obviously is the sort of the low drive.
Oh, it's well blocked by the wall. That's Miles Anderson. It's a great it's a great return shot though from the winger, and it looked like it might creep in there, but unfortunately for Hampton Richmond it hasn't. We'll do a recap at half-time. Well, Ben will do a recap at half-time. Corner for Beavers. Far post, Dean Inman, and it's Miles Anderson has just flicked at it and tried to get a touch to it, but got too much on it and it's gone over the bar.
It's fallen to the wrong player there, Seb.
Yeah, back to goal. And yes, the Beavers at the moment still haven't. It's over 475 minutes now that the Beavers haven't scored against the Romans. We hope that changes today. Not those listening in Derby and listening to North Wales, of course. But yeah, anyway, the ball goes in. Well headed clear from Kyron Farrell, who's having a very dominant game so far. But the ball's back in, and that's going to go straight towards Alan Julian. But Dean Inman decided to take that clear.
It's unlike Dean Inman and Alan Julian to have a bit of...
Well, I wonder if Dean Inman did shout. We can't hear, obviously.
True.
But Dean Inman wasn't going to take any chances there. Miles Anderson with a good header there. Good, strong header, that. And the referee's going to blow his half-time whistle, and that's a decent half, Matt.
Yeah,
decent half of football without too many clear-cut chances, but two decent teams looking fairly well matched, and I think their formations and probably the bits of quality match up as well. I think he went up front. Yeah.
Right, okay. That's,
so looking like David Fisher is going to lead the line with Gondo just behind him to give him that creativity, which would be a shame. But anyway, Sam Deadfield to Jake Gray right in front of us, and that's well defended. Good football from the Beavers. Good positive start from the Beavers right in front of us here. And the Chris Sweet Beveree. But anyway, Bath City cross into the box. Well headed clear again from Dean Inman. And also, what a lovely little punt forward from David Fisher, which sets off a race, and that is well dealt with by Jack Batten. Extremely well dealt with, and I tell you what, he needed to be, because he was under pressure there, wasn't he, Matt? This is a good game of football here, with Ryan Gondo now getting a bit of space and time. Jake Gray on the right-hand side, but Gondo's just going to lay it back and then maybe try and ask... That's the ball to no one in particular from Carl Brown, but I tell you what, look at Sam Deadfield straight on it. Brilliant tackle from Sam Deadfield, and in the box, David Fisher. But Sam Deadfield, and that's well defended there. But Jake Gray is going to swing the ball in. Unfortunately, it's well blocked by, that's the number 17 again. I would 19, Grant Horton.
Grant Horton
has done extremely well.
Grant Horton's done a good game.
He's been there and everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
And then, as I say that, Bath City have got a chance here, and this is dangerous. And that's well saved by Alan Julian. He hasn't kept hold of it, but fortunately, the rebound from Donovan Wilson looked. And it needed to be, but Bath City are through on goal here, and it's gone across. But they've got the rebound. That's great tackle block from Miles Anderson, and Rui Donaldson has had to win the ball there, because if he didn't,
he's won it twice.
He's won it twice there. It had to be that though, didn't it?
Well, that is absolutely fantastic play by Rui Donaldson.
But anyway, Bath City on the attack, and that's a goal.
No, it's offside.
It's offside. No, it's not an offside. It's a foul. It was a push on Miles Anderson.
I think that's Hampton leading just to one side, that is the right decision.
Not too many complaints on Bath City either. He's also played well, and Cole Brown's done extremely well there. Superb play from Cole Brown. And that's it looked like it might just fall in front of Wilson Carvalho, and it just didn't drop as kindly as we wanted.
Cole Brown again.
Cole Brown. So, but anyway, he's got to have to defend here now, because that's my
and again.
Goodness. And Christian Smith hits it long towards Wilson Carvalho, but he's going to have to get the burners on here. And he has got the burners on and retained the possession.
Good ball by Smith.
Plays the ball back to Ryan Gondo. This is a chance for the Beavers. I wonder if he was going to put it in. He's going to try.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
It's a penalty to Hampton.
Ryan Gondo.
I have to
say, mind you,
you're going to say what I'm going to say. That looked quite soft to me.
But Matt, look at it on there. I mean, the referee had no hesitation.
No, he
I'll be honest, Gondo's... Matt, look, are there any people crowding the referee?
Sam Deadfield.
Sam Deadfield is going to take this. He scored the penalty against Oldham. But is he going to be the hero in this game? Is he going to be the hero in this game? It's definitely quiet. There's no fans here. It's too quiet. I'm the only person talking. I'm going to be quiet in a minute and just let the action unfold. Sam Deadfield about to take this penalty when you hear the referee's whistle blow. And it's gone right in the corner. Sam Deadfield puts the Beavers up. 1-0 Hampton and Richmond. Sam Deadfield with a penalty in the 85th minute. And that is hard work.
I said there was a goal in this set.
You did say there was a goal in it. And I tell you what, Matt, that's a fantastic penalty. Fantastic. I mean, tell you what, Ryan Clark's gone the right way.
He's gone the right way, but the pace and the direction of that penalty kick has just made it out of the reach of the keeper.
The Beavers have taken the lead with 5 minutes to go. Sam Cox. Grab Sam Cox and Gary McCann after this game, and hopefully they'll still be talking about 3 points for the Beavers. But they're still, and that's it. The whistle's blown. 3 points for the Beavers. An enthralling game of Vanarama National League South football has been decided by a penalty 5 minutes from time, and that is tough on Bath City because they played extremely well. Gary always talks to us and always talks to us before and post game. But Gary, very quickly, you must be happy.
Yeah, I am. I thought we were the better side first half, Seb. I think should have gone in a goal or two to the good. We had 2 or 3 really good chances for me. Thought we had a lot of good passages of play that were undone by a bobble or a bounce or a last-ditch tackle. And I felt we deserved to be in front. But second half we've had to show another side to our game. I think they got better. We did speak about that at half time, that we felt they'd get better. And they asked some questions of us, and we've had 2 or 3 really good last-ditch challenges. A couple of times we had overloads and 1v1s and 2v2s and defended them brilliantly. And also, I've just said over there in the group, it's a big save by Jules as well at 0-0. Massive save. Matt. That keeps the score at 0. And I said in the changing room, with the players that we've got at our disposal on the bench and the offensive players we've got, if we keep it at 0, we've always got a chance. We're not as free scoring as I'd like us to be, and we're not maybe as efficient as I'd like us to be, but it's tough at the moment. It's tough for all. Yeah. I think most are suffering in the final third. So overly pleased with the win. It's a really hard fought 1-0 win.
Yeah, and talking about hard fought, I know beforehand you mentioned that you probably didn't want to get, Cole Brown and Sam Cox probably weren't going to play the full 90 minutes, but both of them had to,
yep.
Fantastic, weren't they?
Credit to both of them, Seb. They were the 2 changes that we had on the bench to make if needed. Nico threw that into disarray a little with the hamstring injury. We're hoping that's not too bad, but we were regularly checking to see where they was at fatigue-wise and injury-wise as well, because they're both coming back from injuries. Yeah. So, for the performance that they put in today, being their first start back, I'm overly pleased with both of them.
Yeah, and also we were impressed with David Fisher up front as well, keeping the ball alive up there, up top.
He's very proactive, Seb. I think that's the word I would use for him. He's always on the front foot. He's always looking and always looking to pick up the bits and pieces and keep things, keep defenders occupied, but also, like you've just said, keep balls alive. And I thought his work rate was catalyst to some of our work. He's tenacious with it as well. We haven't seen his full forte in terms of his finishing, because he's got that in his makeup as well. So I was pleased with him, pleased with the contribution of the subs as well, because all of them played their part, Seb. So it's very much about the squad, it always is. And as I've just said, that's a team that we've played against today that I know will get better. They are one of the better sides in the division. They're managed really well by a man that I respect in Jerry Gill, and that's a really, as I say, important win.
Yeah, and obviously the referee thought it was a penalty. You're happy that there wasn't many complaints from Bath City, which made me. And Gondo would threaten that a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and I think their bench told its own story. They looked to point the finger at the challenge, the dangled leg. I always say it, when you get yourself squared up against players that are quick and direct, you don't dangle a leg out, because they're normally going to skip past you, and if there's a leg out there, they're going to go over it. And I don't think there was anyone in the ground that didn't think it wasn't a penalty. Yeah. And really pleased with Sam Deadfield throwing it in the bottom corner for us as well.
Because he was close, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But Gary, obviously that's full. Let's obviously we've turned the page. You wanted a reaction from the players after Tuesday performance. That page has been turned now. 4 wins out of 5. That you're going in the right direction. Yeah. But as you said, there's still things that we could do better.
There's still things to work. There's always something to improve, Seb. I could have said that last year when we was on our fantastic run. There's always stuff to improve. There's always bits to work on, and we know offensively we've got some work to do. But if you're at training on a Thursday night, last 2 or 3 Thursdays, everything has been patterns and combinations and planting little pictures in there, in the players' heads, working on technique, working on different bits. But the problem we have, we train on a 3G on a Thursday night. The surface is clear, clean, and true, and you get yourself on a grass pitch and it's maybe not as true. So, we do get undone a little on that. But it's 12 from 15. We did speak about that before the game. I think that's our 7th clean sheet of the season as well, Seb. So that in itself is a base to build from. A lot of credit needs to go to the goalkeeper and the defensive unit, and most will look at the back four, but if you look at the press and the work rate that we put in, it's from the front end of the pitch our defensive, qualities start from. It's a team effort, and it does start from, as I say, the front third.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much, Gary. That's really appreciated. And just the fans will be looking down that camera. Yeah, if you want us to say thanks very much, or whatever you want.
Thanks for supporting us from afar, people. We're missing you. I know I've said it a couple of times on camera. We are truly missing you, and we can't wait to have you back in the Bev. But I hope you're enjoying it from afar.
Sam, have you got any breath left after 90? Were you expecting to play 90 minutes?
No, not at all, Seb. Before the game, we spoke about obviously my fitness levels being out for the last 9.5, nearly 10 weeks. Only having trained once with the first team boys. So we always knew it was going to be a task, and I was down to do 60 max. Obviously, unfortunate with Nico and the other boys, Dean Inman. I had to graft through, and the boys were brilliant out there. I mean, to come into a side like that where, each to a man, everyone was looking after one another, saved my legs, to be honest. So, it was a good game to come into. I thought the boys defensively were superb. Big credit to the two centre halves, Coley, who's obviously not been featured in our squad for a long time now, so big credit to him. Kyron, I thought, was excellent. And of course, when you got quality like Sam Deadfield and the likes of Ryan Wilson coming on, it's really good for the side. And big credit to young David as well, who I thought ran his socks off.
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
Each to a man, I thought we were fantastic.
Yeah, it was a real hard-fought performance. We played well in the first half and had more chances in the first half than second. But yeah, again, as just as a captain and leader, you were the captain today and leader. But there's obviously a lot of captains in that team. But there really is a togetherness here. You've seen it obviously off the pitch, but when you're on the pitch, it translates on the pitch, doesn't it?
Oh, 1,000%. And again, I know I've been out for so long, but I've been in amongst the change room, even in the physio room. Everybody's together. We all want to do well. We all got a target and what we want to achieve this season. And for me, over the last 3 seasons being here, I've seen a gradual progression every year. And performances may not have been where they're required over the last couple of weeks, but we have, you look at the points return, we've done okay. And I think it's still a relatively new squad with personnel still coming in and adapting to this level. I think we're only going to progress and get better and better as each week goes on. But like you say, the team camaraderie and the spirit in the change room is second to none. Yeah,
and just talking about progressing and moving on, I mean, that 12 points out of 15 is a very good return, given, a bit of a slower start than we would have expected. But there is elements of, you coming back. You've got Charlie. We spoke to Charlie Wassemer at half-time. They're good players to come back as well. So as long as we can keep those, obviously we'll have to see what happens with Dean Inman and Nico Muir. But and again, we can be much better in front of goal, can't we? Let's be. I mean, Gary said it.
Of course, we haven't been firing, and we recognise that as a collective. We know we've got to be better in the final third, and that's not just the forward boys. That's everyone across the board. We've got to be better, and today we won ugly, but we might not get away with that every week. So we know we've got to do work on that. But like you say, the personnel which are on their return. Again, big credit to Tyrone Miller-Rodney, who's done such a fantastic job. As a number 4, the position that I played today, he's been different gear in that position. So we'll welcome him back along with the other boys, and we just keep working on the training pitch, and we try and fix the things that we think we can get better at, and we'll go from there.
Last question, Sam. Obviously, you played 90 minutes today. It was a great performance, and did you just love being back out there?
100%, 100%. And I spoke to the gaffer before the game. I said, "You skip a gaffer," and I was buzzing to wear the armband again and represent these boys. Is what I love doing most. Football's my life, and I'm at home at Hampton and Richmond. So on and upwards, up the Beavers.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Sam, and well played today. Thank you.